And we are off. Welcome to the Deep in the Woods podcast, episode 15. We just finished up week 4 of the summer 2023 season at Firefighters. Man, was it a long night full of drama, lots of backups. I'm here with, as always, with our guest, as always, with Alan Hoxie.
Looking better than usual.
And then we got 2 special guests tonight. Nicholas Dolnicek.
No, I'm Christian.
Christian Dolnicek.
I'm Christian. Don't worry. Hello. Yeah, hi guys. I'm Nicholas.
Yeah. So
I do it at least once.
Super excited to have him. We'll jump right into him. Right into it. Start us out with the leaderboard.
So Hawks, tell me what we got.
I wasn't there today. Had some family in, which will be great when we get to the power rankings. The algorithm is really going to show its strength there. So first and foremost, longest putt. What do we think?
I saw Nate made a 30-footer, but that was at the beginning of the round. He might have held on to it.
It was early on. In that longest putt, I fortunately kept it the entire time.
Okay.
So me and Jeff Rizzolenko, he put it close. I ran it. It was awesome.
That's good.
It was a great putt.
So
a little bit of wind.
We took the birdie. I mean, I don't think I've ever birdied that hole, which was
a birdie
huge.
2 and a long putt on the same hole.
Yeah,
nice.
That's good.
Our card was very close to making it, but just hyzered a little early. So didn't make it today. Didn't know it was Nate, but I would have made it that much more of an effort.
Nate
deserved it. Nate deserved it. So
yeah,
good work.
I'm glad. Obviously, Christian didn't know it was me, so that's cool.
What about CTP?
What hole was that again?
Think? CTP. That was hole 9. Did I hear a 9er? No,
9.
I think it was
9er.
We'll go with 9. Yeah,
yep.
9. I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Yeah,
What do we think? Did anyone see the card?
I think it was Sean Gallagher. I think got it. Was that right?
Yeah, he was pretty stoked on it.
He was parked.
Yeah,
okay.
It was. I mean, that hole's just tough to just park in general. So
yeah,
it has a good combination of it's a short hole, so anyone can get it, but also it has a line that you have to hit. So I think it's a good CTP hole. So
yeah, 100%.
Leaderboard. What do we think? I was looking at the leaderboard while I was with my family, and someone slayed today.
Someone went off, and luckily we have him on the podcast.
Who's that? Tom.
Unfortunately, Tom was not able to be here.
Yeah.
Tom did slay today. It was all him.
Now, so we all know, Tom made it. Some of us heard the story of the situation last week where Tom was in a little bit of an accident, but he just brushed it off and he showed up to league tonight. So I couldn't do that, so Tom's a better man than me.
He's better than all of us, obviously.
He is. So
he's literally
congrats,
made of steel.
Tom.
Yeah, I was playing with Tom today, and I don't think he said a single word about it. I think he said he hit his head a little bit in his back, but he didn't complain a single time. He walked the whole course. I feel like he'd be the type of guy to downplay.
He
didn't miss a beat.
Oh,
No big deal, just got hit by a. I think he made at least 4 25-footers.
Yeah.
Gave us at least a couple strokes, so it was all Tom.
And I think I saw on the Discord, Nicholas. Yes, obviously.
Yes, obviously. This one.
You posted a 10 down the other day by yourself.
I go to Monday Leagues at Firefighter and posted a 10 down with an ace. Shout out Bird Gang. And I guaranteed to Nate that the birdie phone would be hit today. Didn't get hit.
Nope.
But I was able to carry the 10 down to shoot a pretty hot round today.
The Nicholas guarantee.
So you confirmed your score from yesterday.
I did guarantee. I did confirm my score. Yes.
Okay, 12 down.
Tom gave me those extra couple strokes though.
Okay.
Yeah. I did give you the Nicholas guarantee for the birdie phone. Apparently that's worth nothing.
Well, it is. It's worth you shoot 12 down, and that's good.
So
I'd rather have the birdie fund.
I was fortunate to be on his card today, and it felt like when he wasn't making putts, Tom was. When Tom wasn't making putts, he was. But also, Nicholas was driving incredibly, and so they're always putting. They're always in contention for the birdie.
I heard hole 10 was close to an ace. That's what I heard.
I think it was a little short.
You almost ace hole 10. I didn't hear about this.
I think it was a little short. I think Nate's giving me a little bit of credit, but Tom nailed a 25-footer. So
yeah,
he made at least 4 of those, and then I'm trying to think back. I think if we were within 35 feet, I think we made it every time. So it was one of those days that it could not hit the ground. Even the ones that were longer with hitting cage. So it was one of those days.
I do understand the confusion, Hawks, because you weren't there. So you're just hearing
I wasn't.
secondhand information. So
I wasn't.
It was close to an ace by you.
100%. Yeah, I mean, doing your best, whatnot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I give a quick shout out about our card, by the way?
Do it.
So me and Nate were on the same card. We were playing with Mike, Jeff Zelenko, Troy Stockard. I think that's everyone. And Tom. I didn't know this, but Troy Stockard has a kind of disgusting standstill game.
Yes.
He was throwing standstill off of at least half the tees today, and it was a laser beam every time.
Yeah, they're mid-range drifters. Like, it was incredible. I mean, he would like power past my regular mid-range
I wish
shots.
he'd give me lessons. Because I feel like every time I do that, I just take at least like 2 tiny little steps and then throw. Because he was telling me how easy it was, and I'm like, well, maybe for you.
Yeah.
But for us, no, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
I was really impressed by Troy. He was.
I played with him in
really
Firefighter a couple weeks ago, and he seemed to be slaying today. He was playing well then, but today it seemed like he was playing well. And he was making some good putts too.
Yeah.
A lot of 20, 22 footers, which are the ones that get you to score.
It got a little windy today, so especially on making some of those 25, 30-foot putts was
it was awesome.
impressive. Unfortunately, we could not make any. We kind of sucked putting today, but it is what it is.
Who's your partner?
I played with Aaron
Christian.
Bolin, and then we played with Kyle. I don't remember his last name. I'm sorry.
Griffin?
What?
Griffin?
Yeah, I think so. And then Zach Pesto. So I think we tied -6. We both tied with each other. So we were playing a solid round. Nothing great, nothing terrible. So I'd say it was pretty solid. Can't complain. But
Okay.
Kyle, I'm so sorry. You've played with one of the twins 3 weeks in a row. I'm sorry.
he keeps saying it's a good thing, but I think it's just being modest and nice. But
he is a nice guy.
The twins can probably get a little annoying eventually, but I think we're not too bad.
So to round out, here we go. So we got Tom and Nicholas at 12 down.
Woo! Sick round.
Thank you.
That's good.
Hot round.
Next at 2, we have David Watkins and Billy Kerstetter.
I think he's a new person. I think
He
he's
is.
new. I think David. I got inside scoop. David was because we were unfortunately backlogged on a couple holes. So he was saying that it was his first time playing, or one of his first times playing, and he was giving like a hole by hole breakdown of how much better he was getting every hole. Well, like at the beginning of the round, he was doing like the just catch in the backyard type of throws. And by the end of the round, he was like apparently slinging like reach back and everything. So apparently he was
He's a natural.
very natural and getting better quickly.
He's got
hole to
that
hole.
lengthy arms.
Yeah, he was a tall guy, so natural levers and all that.
So 3, we had Buff Nate and Chris Hill at 8 under.
That's a strong team.
Sean Gallagher and Rick Trenda also with 8. And then Benny McDaniel and Andrew Rumps at 7 under for 5th. So that's a top 5. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, those names don't pop off the screen when it comes to teams. So I mean, they must have played. I like what they did today.
They probably saw they weren't on the top, 20, power rankings. And
Chip on their shoulder.
we'll talk about it. But Nate, I think you got some stats for us, Nate.
Yeah, so I also want to jump into. It was really unfortunate we didn't hit the birdie fun. I felt like there was a lot of people that were right around
today was
it.
a gettable day. We kind of messed up. We floundered.
I think instead of the Nicholas guarantee, it's the Nicholas jinx.
The
So
Nicholas
I'm not going to do
jinx.
that anytime soon. Sorry,
No more
guys.
guarantees from Nicholas.
So Hawks will never ace again. Say it. No.
Sorry, Hawks.
Sorry, that's the way she goes. Cool. And I got some statistics for you guys, and I'll
Love
just reserve it to the you boys.
Do it.
What hole or holes do you guys think played the easiest?
Oh, the easiest.
Christian guarantee hole 8.
So it's
Hole
either
8.
hole 8 or it's hole 13. Those are the
hole 13's a
two
good one.
shortest holes and the 2 straights. I'm going to have to go hole 8. I don't think there are any bogeys on
So
that
there
hole.
was 2 holes. One of them is hole 14,
Hole 14, really? I mean,
There's a gap. I mean, it's like it's a little longer.
but the other one is actually 2.
oh,
Okay.
two's another one. There are a couple holes there that are about 220 to 240, just dead straight, and 2, 5, 8, 13. So, okay.
I swear Firefighter is my nemesis because it has so many 240-foot straight shots, and for whatever reason, I can't throw those. I don't know why. It's like something's a generic shot, but I just can't do it. I either just shank it way left or just, grip lock it. I just cannot throw 240 straight.
I can't wait for the hardest.
Hardest hole. What do you guys
Okay.
think?
Okay, so I'm not going to give a guarantee, but off the top of my head, 18 is tough. 3 is
Well,
tough.
18 you can throw in the water, so the bogey.
18 has OB.
We got very lucky on 18.
3 is tough, and what's the other one? 11. So I'm gonna go 18 because of the water OB, and I think some people are probably gonna go long putt and go OB. So
I don't want to be the twin to say hole 18, so I'm gonna say hole 4 because you can either hit early, and if you get a really
hole
bad
4.
skip, you can go OB.
Yeah, okay.
I watched one of my favorite discs in that.
This
hole,
guy
so.
birdied it, parked it.
Yeah, it was pretty special.
Maybe I shouldn't say that because I also birdied it, but with the inside information, I probably shouldn't say that one. I'm gonna stick with my guns.
Not hole 4.
Maybe there's
Okay.
some double bogeys today. Hole 4.
I think it's hole 8.
Well,
So
neither
18.
of you guys got it. Hole 3.
Hole 3. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a long one.
There was one card that birdied it.
David Watkins, I think, got it.
Yeah.
That's a sick one. It's an awkward shot too because they gotta either throw it way wide or throw it under those leaves, and it also pushes really far. You gotta have a lot of power to throw that shot.
It sounded like it was a substantial throw-in too. So
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Good for them.
That's
fun
cool.
birdie.
Yeah,
So-
David has a weak arm, so it had to have been a throw, and he couldn't have got
True,
there.
true.
No, he
very
doesn't
so.
have the goods.
I
to
think it was
get there.
Bill.
Yeah.
It was probably Bill.
It was probably Bill. Way to go, Bill.
That was the hole that I got the inside scoop on. So maybe at that point he was throwing 300-foot lasers. I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, that's highly likely.
Yeah,
cool.
Fun round.
Cool. Yeah. So, do we want to touch on anything else about this week's?
I was not there. I was in charge of the algorithm.
We really missed you tonight.
Yeah.
We really missed you. Sorry, you couldn't.
I'll be there next week.
Good.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Cool. And then we implemented a new thing: playoff holes. We didn't get to use them.
I forgot about that.
But in the event someone, we got two teams up at top, we're going to have a little bit of a playoff. And so if you see that happening, not only if you're on that team, but if you're just around, we'd love to have a crowd around them too. So
I think it's going to happen at least a couple times this year. So I can't wait.
I'd hope so.
Can I say a quick story real quick?
Yeah.
So my very first tournament, unsanctioned tournament I played was a winter tournament at Firefighter. I was the lowest division. I think it was AM4 at that point. And I got into a playoff on hole 1. Unfortunately, I couldn't take it down, but I was reminded me of that the kind of ironic that the first time we start the playoff was my very first tournament that I had a playoff that couldn't pull it through. So
all right.
He choked.
I choked. I did choke.
My
hands were so cold.
Redemption.
It was like, I hope so. I mean,
okay.
if I keep shooting this, poorly, I'm not going to get redemption.
Was that like 2 years ago? In January?
So we started
the Freeze Bowl 2021, I think. So like January 20. Yeah, almost 2 years ago.
2022.
I think I was there.
2022.
I think
you were
was there. Yeah.
But we didn't know any of you.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Sorry.
Great.
Could have said hi.
I didn't.
It's cool. It's cool.
Maybe I did.
My future self says hello.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hi.
Cool. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. We'll hop into the interview section. We'll try and balance it out. You got two guests. We'll ask you guys similar
More
questions.
the merrier,
And so, we'll start off with Nicholas and go on to Christian after that. So I know you guys' answers are going to kind of coincide.
Be a little
so
similar.
We'll try to mix them up for you guys.
mix it up. How did you guys get into disc golf?
So I don't have a story about meeting anyone or doing anything like that. It's a little bit different. So I'm currently 28. I had no idea disc golf even existed until I was 26, which is kind of crazy because we used to swim back in the day and we played ultimate frisbee a ton. Never knew about the sport. So I think 2 years ago almost, going 4th of July in a couple of weeks will be 2 years for us playing. And that was right when James Conrad had the holy shot at Worlds threw in. So I think I was learning actually how to play ball golf at the time, and I was not very good. So I was just looking up as many YouTube videos as I possibly could how to play ball golf. And randomly, the YouTube algorithm decides, hey, you like golf. Here's some disc golf. So they showed a James Conrad video of him throwing in. And I'm like, okay, I played ultimate frisbee. I'm trying to play golf. This is cheaper, I guess. Let's give it a try. So I think I was contemplating, and it's so dumb now. I was contemplating if $30 was too expensive to buy 3 discs. So I went to Dick's Sporting Goods, bought the dynamic disc starter pack of 3 discs, went to a random field and just chucked them. And everything went 80 feet left. So I thought I sucked. And then I've been playing ever since. And now $30 is, I wish that I only spent $30 in disc golf. so that's my story.
Cool.
And I guess I would add on to that. So, he was the one who first, found disc golf. And then, he's like, hey, this is a cool sport. We should try it out. So we went to one of our friends' cabins. That's where we kind of first started. Like he was saying, 80-foot hyzers, we were terrible. Probably had 2 overstable for our arms, but, everyone does that. And so I remember, we probably played a couple rounds, at the beginning because we enjoyed it. And then I remember him wanting to go out for a couple more rounds for, when we were starting. And I was like, maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's a cool sport, but, I want to do it all the time. But then as we kept playing more and more, and I was like, oh, sick. This sport's awesome. It got me instantly hooked. We were still terrible, but even when you were getting terrible, every week you're getting a little bit better. So it's like that is constant improvement. Mm-hmm. And we had played, similar frisbee sports a little bit before. So, it kind of was this natural transition for us. So
it is funny that we're on the podcast tonight at Firefighters, and the first course we ever played was us 2 and our older brother at Firefighters. And I think on new disc, there's a beginner's layout that I think has updated pars. And I think we probably shot plus 17 from the beginners, which is probably like a plus 30 now.
I think, unfortunately, you beat us on that first round. So
yeah, so I think we went from plus 30 to minus 10 in 2 years. So
2 questions.
Okay.
2 questions. Who's older?
I am older by a minute. I make sure to remind him constantly.
I'm pretty sure it's like 45 seconds. I count the seconds.
Okay.
But he wants to round it up to a minute.
But
we're both biologically the same age. So
okay.
That's how I say it.
So was it at midnight or anything like that? 11:59. It was
no idea.
I think it was in the middle of the morning somewhere. Okay. I'll say 2 a.m., but I'm not confident.
So leads me into the next one. You said, did you play any other sports growing up? Any of you guys play any sports?
Yeah. So I think he mentioned it briefly. We were swimmers pretty much our entire life. So we started when we were 5, practically drowning. But, it's coordinated drowning, so you can pretty much get down to the end of the pool in 2 minutes and not drown.
Is that where they throw the babies in the water and say good luck?
It wasn't quite.
It might as well have been.
It might as well have been. Not quite that, but it was very lucky. We should not. We swam competitively, and they should not have let us on the team. We were probably too young at that point, but we somehow squeaked onto the team. So we pretty much swam from we were 5 to 18 every year. Probably 9 out of the 12 months of the year we swam. So we didn't really have much of an opportunity for other sports. I think we played freshman baseball for 1 year. I was probably the only person freshman baseball, so I didn't get a hit. Only person on the team not to get a hit, so that sucks. But other than that, we probably play random pickup games like everyone.
A lot of ultimate frisbee.
We played ultimate frisbee. I was gonna say that's kind of how our love for frisbee throwing happened. While swimming, we would have off-season workouts.
So you guys huge Birdie Smith fans?
I didn't know Birdie Smith existed until a lot later, actually.
I think we were more we played ultimate frisbee, didn't do
more
YouTube.
Ella Hansen fans.
I didn't know she existed until about a year ago.
Okay.
Well, it was more the sense didn't go on YouTube to watch any ultimate frisbee tutorials or collegiate frisbee. But yeah, off season we just randomly played ultimate frisbee with our swim team. No one's very good, but that's kind of how it started.
I will mention we tried out for the Michigan ultimate frisbee team, and we did not even make the first cut. I think all they cared about was if you were about 6'7" and could run fast. And if you look at me, I'm 5'10", I'm slow, unathletic for a runner, so I did not make the team.
Okay.
Did not help. Yeah. And I couldn't throw a forehand back then either.
Yes.
Cool. Can now.
A little bit.
It's getting there. Yours is good. Mine's not there at all.
So you guys kind of talked about your childhood a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Go into what was it like growing up as a twin?
I think people have a little bit of misinterpretation about what it's like to be a twin. I think for me personally, and he can say whatever he wants, I think for me it's almost like just having another brother. We all have siblings. Most of us have siblings. And it's just like having another sibling that just likes most of the same things you do. I mean, we spend a lot of time together. We still spend a lot of time together. And it's honestly just like having any other sibling. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, we like the same things. People ask us if we like different things. Yeah, we like some different things, but it's almost as simple as that. I'm sorry, there's not a better answer, but.
Okay, let's test this now on the count of 3. All right, favorite food. 1, 2, 3.
Chocolate.
Pizza. I don't know.
Okay.
Didn't work. Actually pizza, but
it doesn't work. Twin telepathy is not a thing. At least for us, it's not a thing. Proven here first.
All right.
That's
good.
First here on the Deep in the Woods podcast, we cleared that up.
Okay.
We figured it out.
That's huge.
So where'd you guys grow up?
We grew up in Huntington Woods, Michigan. So
for all those people who don't know, it's similar. It's by Royal Oak, Berkeley area. It's like a square mile between 10 mile and 11 mile next to Coolidge.
So Berkeley High School.
Shout out to the Bears.
Yep, Berkeley Bears. Went to Michigan, came back. So we've been here all our lives.
Do you guys have any other siblings?
We have an older brother, about 2 years older, and then a half sister who is about 10 years older than us.
Okay.
So.
Does your older brother play?
He has tried playing about 3 times. Says that he likes it, but I can get the sense that it's kind of frustrating that he plays with us who have played a little more than him. And he's still a very beginner, which is absolutely awesome. Love playing with new people. But yeah, it's a little bit of a growing experience. He still throws it like it's the backyard, where it's just casual toss out there. And he'll try to rip into it, and it won't go anywhere.
But if we ever invited him, or so right now he lives in Boston, so we were thinking if we ever going to go to Boston, we want to go to Maple Hill as a road trip.
Oh, yeah.
So for us, that would be awesome. But for him, I think he probably would go with us, but it'll be more like these guys like it, so I'll go with them and just have a good time. So I think he still enjoys it. If we ever invited him, he'll come out and he'll enjoy it, but not to the same level as we do.
Have either of you guys played Maple Hill before?
No.
No, I only watched.
I've just heard that's one of those courses that they say it's one of the top 10 in the world. So, and hopefully the next 2 months we'll have Discord pictures of Maple Hill. So
really?
that'll be awesome.
Every year, my wife and I, we go cut down a Christmas tree, and
from Maple Hill.
1 year, I will convince her we're going to Maple Hill. She'll have no idea what hit her.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing your disc? Listen, okay, it's a machete.
It's for the kids.
Tree.
It's for Christmas.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Kind of a hike to get a Christmas tree, don't you think?
Hope she doesn't watch this.
Yeah, we'll censor it so she can't watch it. We'll break the algorithm.
Good.
Cool. And then follow-up question. What are some things that non-twins do, so people like us, mortals,
Most people.
do that kind of would be characterized as a pet peeve to twins?
Interesting. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so probably one of the things that, so like you said, like a pet peeve. So like, I'd probably say like, So like I guess you were saying like the people automatically assume that we have some magical twin telepathy that doesn't exist, as we showcased
really
right before you
that.
guys. We did prove that. Other than that, I guess
I can save you. One thing.
Yeah, thank you. No, go for it.
One thing that really bothers me sometimes. Natural, everyone does it, but when people misappropriate which one of us does something. So let's say Christian. Oh, I don't know. Let's just say Christian really sucks at throwing forehands because he really sucks at throwing forehands.
I do.
Everyone would just assume, if one twin can't do it, then both twins can't do it.
Yeah.
Or if one twin gets in trouble for doing this thing, both twins get in trouble for doing this thing. So we are very similar in a lot of ways, but we are different enough that people say that we do everything the same, but it's not.
Well, I guess another thing is like if you tell someone one thing, or you tell Nicholas a story.
Oh man!
And then like a month later, you just assume that the other one just knew the story, or like you told both of them the same story, and it's like I have no idea what you're talking about.
I feel so bad for our parents because we've probably told the same story to them 50 times. I tell a story, you tell a story, and then we forget that we told the story, and then they do it again and again and again. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
I'm probably guilty of assuming that you guys do the exact same things.
Well, it's only natural. We do a lot of things, similar together stuff, but not everything.
Yeah.
So you can mostly
100%.
assume. But
One thing that people assume is that we throw most of the same discs. And I can say that almost, I'm trying to think, how many, 4 or 5 maybe? We almost throw completely separate bags.
I'd probably say 4 or 5 at this point. You've gotten me on some, I've gotten you on some. So other than those, yeah.
And I know Christian has a swimming bag. Are you still repping the swimming bag?
Yes, I am still repping the swim bag. I'm probably the only person in the league to have a swim bag.
Only disc golf forever.
It's actually kind of convenient. It holds. I hold 25 discs in my bag, so it's actually pretty good. It's not a massive 30, 40 disc bag, but it's old, so I probably had it for I don't know, close to 15 years, maybe 12, something like that. And it's a little saggy, so like the disc kind of like it doesn't have quite the support as another disc golf bag would have. So it's like kind of sags a little bit. So I probably should get a new one. Probably better for my back in the long term. But for now, it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, you just need to hold.
And I'm
discs,
unique.
Really.
I'm unique. I'm the only one.
You will never be another disc golfer to have a swim bag.
That's true.
So kudos to you.
Yeah.
And kudos to commitment.
And
That's true.
Circling back for a second, real quick, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
One thing that's also I think for the twin thing is that I swear I've probably done this so many times, especially in college. Like you meet someone in a study group or whatever, and you're friendly with them, and then that's it. You see them every once in a while in class or whatever, and then you walk. So like, let's say, he met Joe in the, in what random class, and then I'm walking down the sidewalk and this Joe guy says, "Hey, how you doing?" And I have no idea who he is. I never met him in my life. So like, he probably thinks, "Oh, gee, this Nicholas guy's a jerk. He just ignored me the whole time." So I always wonder how many of those friendships are like just ruined because he assumed that, he was a jerk or vice versa when I have no idea who you are.
Yeah. I mean, now that you said that, probably that would never cross my mind, but that's probably a real thing.
That actually happened tonight.
Oh no!
You had met someone out. You had met someone out there, and I had no idea who this person was.
Yeah.
So, yep, I can definitely attest to that.
Cool. So we'll try and clean that up. We'll assume.
It's gonna happen, guys, and it's okay if you guys call us the wrong name. You're not gonna be the first. You're not gonna be the last. It's gonna happen 1,000 more times. It doesn't matter.
The worst part is that we respond to each other's names. So like realistically, even if you said the wrong name, we'd both probably turn because we've been called the wrong name so many times.
Yeah.
So it's just natural.
Okay. Cool. Well, I don't feel as bad, but we're gonna try and as a group do better.
Don't feel bad about it.
So
Do better.
hop back into disc golf.
Yep.
What? And you guys have individually answer this. What's your guys' disc golf pet peeves?
I guess I'll go first. This might be a controversial opinion. I'm not quite sure, so you guys can let me know. I have a particular stance on aces. I think there are a lot of people that just assume, or how do I put this? If the ace does not count on your scorecard, it does not count as an ace on your resume. So I have probably 5 or 6 aces in my life, but half of them have been on second or third shots. And to me, those are just as much as aces as any other one. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's not on your scorecard. It wasn't your first shot. You don't get an ace there." I don't care. It was a cool shot. I'm an ace. I should celebrate that ace. So Hawks is smiling over there. I'm not sure if he disagrees with me, but
Teach their own.
that sounds like yes. Now, if you take 20 shots in a hole, maybe that's a little bit of extreme. But my logic, let's say I get a second shot ace. How is that different than if I played the course a second time and then ace it on the first shot?
So
that's also your second shot of the day.
So here's the question, though. Do you put it in the Discord if it's a second or third shot ace?
Yes. I haven't yet, and it hasn't happened yet.
Okay. I think that is where in lies.
That would be the question that would test my resolve.
Yes.
I would probably put it in there, though.
I think
I will say though that Berg ace did yesterday. That was my first shot, and that wasn't a league round. So
that
was
qualified.
Everyone considers that a true ace.
Yes.
Yep.
So, and yeah, so going out, I guess my pet peeve would be, I think it happened a little bit today, but more so other rounds. Let's say you're a group of one, or we play together, so a group of two, and you're walking to a pad that has 6, 7, a bigger group, and we're not quite to the tee pad yet, but we're walking there. Obviously, we're about 15 seconds away from the tee pad, and they see us. But because we're not at the tee pad, by the time they're throwing, they're gonna walk off the pad. So it's like you could have waited 30 seconds for us to get to the tee pad, and then say, "Hey, you want to throw up with us?" Be like, "Oh, sure, thanks. We'll throw up with you guys." But because we're not on the tee pad, by the time we're done with the shot, they're gonna walk ahead of us. So I think that's annoying. Because realistically, it takes them 30 seconds to wait, and it takes us, 5-10 minutes of waiting for pretty much no reason. That's my pet peeve. People don't let small groups pass through, in other words.
I think that was a big theme of today's round. I mean, there was nothing we could do about it just because everyone was backed up, but it was kind of frustrating having to be backed up as much as we were.
Yeah, I heard there was a lot of people there today.
Do you guys think Firefighters is the most popular course in that area? That's my question. Because I would say yes, and it was 6 or 7 o'clock. It's prime time for people to be there.
There were a lot of casuals. There was a group that was probably first or second time players, same thing like 80-foot hyzers. So
how many people were at league tonight?
I believe 31.
31 plus 31. Casuals. So
there's probably a card on almost every hole when I was playing.
And there's normally another league there now on Tuesdays.
That league, I believe, was right behind us, actually.
Yeah, I think 2 cards.
2 cards are about 4 each. So they were about 8 to 10 people. It was more the casual groups that were out there today. Okay. So I will say Monday Leagues has about 80 to 100 people. So I wouldn't be surprised if that many total people were out there today.
Per UDisc, Firefighters is the most played course in Michigan.
Is it really?
That's cool. And that's the first course we played.
So I'm honestly not surprised, though.
So, it's understandable that it does get that packed, but there was an alarming amount of casuals that were brand new players.
Yeah.
Awesome, by the way.
Yeah, they're just carrying, your classic 3-disc starter pack and throwing. So that's always cool to see. Just, people are learning the cadence of the course.
Yeah,
so.
Makes it a little slower, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. A little extra time. Doesn't hurt anyone.
We have a ton of daylight nowadays, which is really good.
True. Maybe later on the season it might be a bigger deal, but right now it's all good.
Yep. Cool. So, Hox, you have any questions you want to ask him before we move on from the interview?
Yes, just one. On the count of 3. Favorite sports team. 1, 2, 3, go.
Lions.
Go.
I don't know what he said. I said Lions.
Oh, yes, let's go.
So maybe it does work.
Uh-oh. Do we have to go back on I thought we debunked it.
You did, but then you just...
Okay, uh-oh.
50-50.
Okay.
All right, so we'll hop into the most anticipated segment of the night. And I believe we have a cool... Cool. Hoxies Top 20 Power Rankings.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask some questions. Okay, we're going to get the questions out there for you.
Ready for it.
All right.
Let's go.
So we're not going to answer them yet because I don't want to... spoil the top 20.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to answer them, and then as we go through them, we'll find out together.
Cool.
Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. Who holds the super infamous 11 spot that Mr. Tim East had last week? Who do you think holds the number 11 spot in the Hawks?
That's so specific.
That is very tough.
You had to do your homework.
Yep. And so...
Who this week holds spot 11?
I'll start us out, and we'll go this way.
Sure. Do it.
Go for it.
It's tough. I'm familiar. I know David was at the top of the leaderboard. I know David was at 16, I believe. I think David pushed up enough because I know there's people who dropped. I think David Watkins is in that spot.
Okay.
So I didn't study the power rankings, so this might be a horrible guess. But I think that Chris Hill played pretty well tonight. So I'm going to go Chris Hill. I think they shot -8 today. So let's go with that.
Okay.
I'm going to go on the similar logic as Nate, where someone who maybe hasn't shown up all the weeks but has been playing every week, so they're steadily moving up the power rankings. I'm going to go Ian Kampula.
Okay.
But I am confident. There we go.
All
Confidence
right.
is the
confident.
key. Confident guy.
Question 2.
Oh, we don't have an answer?
No answer.
Oh, we're gonna get there in the power rank.
Oh, okay.
Eagerly anticipating the answers.
I don't want to spoil it.
I'm excited.
Now.
Yeah. My bad.
Hold your horses, sir. Okay. Which twin had the most movement this week in the power rankings?
Easy. Smash the answer. That's an easy one.
Put it in the comments
right
now.
You want to go?
So we'll go with Nicholas. Start us out this time.
I was outside of the power rankings before today. So if the +6, -6 algorithm holds, I think it's going to be me. I don't think Christian can move down 6 spots.
I didn't play.
So I'm going to go Nicholas.
I didn't play terrible today, but we were average. So I've been pretty high in the rankings. Thank you, algorithm. I'd probably say, definitely you. I'd probably move out a couple, but you probably move up more.
Yeah, I'm not ambitious enough to choose Christian. I think it has to be Nicholas.
Okay.
Be a pretty hot take.
I was playing terribly all year. I was sandbagging for today.
All right.
So I moved up the power rankings just today.
Just for this very question.
Just for this week.
So this is another really 50-50 question, really. Is last year's champion or last season's champion, Sean Clancy,
good old Scene.
is he in the power rankings this week?
Was
and
in the power
he
rankings
wasn't
last
in
week?
there
He
last
was
week.
He was
not
not
in
in there
there?
last week. Shoot, what did
Look at leaderboards. Was that cheating?
I think it's cheating.
That might
No,
be cheating.
I mean,
I won't do it.
the
We'll just do it.
leaderboard does not show what the algorithm puts out, though.
Yeah.
Let's just make that clear.
But I don't
So Sean was
exactly know
not
what
in the
Scene
rankings
shot
last
today.
week.
Christian, why don't you start us out?
So we're saying, is he ranked?
Is
at
he
all?
in the algorithm's top 20?
And he was not ranked. You know what? I am confident that Scene shot a fantastic round. So I'm going to say that he shot good enough to get into the top 20. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going contrarian. Nope, he didn't do it. Sorry, Sean.
Love it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember Sean's name being on the top of the leaderboard. My memory may be, lapsing, but I just don't remember him being up there. So I'm going to say no, he's not in there.
All right. 2 against 1. He's trash.
Well, hold on.
You're
1
trash,
second.
kid.
The algorithm, Sean is pretty good at pulling teammates. So maybe his teammate carried him today.
This is true.
So it's possible.
Do we know who his teammate was?
I had to look at the score for that. It's cheating, apparently. So I have no idea who
No
he
one
played
knows.
with. No one knows.
Okay.
He probably carried Sean, though.
If only we had Sean here to ask him in person.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have Sean here.
It's real unfortunate.
He's trash. All right. Number 4.
Trash. Ouch.
How many C players are in the top 20 this week? This is a good one.
It's a good week for C players. I think Firefighters plays well for C players.
I'll start us out. Yeah, I do remember there being a lot of C players in the top 10.
Of this week or before this week?
This past week.
This past week. Okay.
And so there was a lot of not your traditional guys at the top, right? And so I'm going to go higher than any other pool. I think they're the highest pool right now in there. I'm going to go 8.
Wow.
So
it's a healthy number.
I think all 4 of our A players are in the power rankings. If we split B and C, and then there's... Okay, I'm just going to go 10. Let's go with 10.
Okay.
Clean, even number.
7. Sorry, C's.
All right.
Can we get an answer or no?
No.
It's at the end, Nate.
Okay, my bad. I didn't
Patience.
know
Listen to the
answer.
instructions.
Sorry, I'm just excited.
Hawks is giving very
Last
clear
question.
instructions here.
Last question. Who holds the number 2 spot?
Dang, who was 2 last week?
Okay, 1 was Aaron.
And 3 was Christian.
Aaron did not show up.
Now he'll move down more than 1 though, I think.
I think you
If
would.
the
But
algorithm's
Christian
consistent.
didn't play fantastic today, so it's 1 less spot.
The algorithm had to put in
Oh.
some work.
No, Andrew Rosalino I think was 2.
Roz was 2.
I think he was 2, but I don't know how he played today. Does anyone know how he
Do
played today?
you think Roz is 1 at this point? Do you
That
think
would
he
be-
played good enough to be 1?
I didn't see him at the top of the leaderboards today, but it doesn't mean he wasn't there. I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm.
I have to pull up a name.
Nicholas, why don't you start us out?
Well, I was just thinking of Mike, but I think Mike and Troy played solidly, and Mike was, I think, top 5 today.
They were neg 3,
I don't think they did quite enough to move up to 3.
I believe.
So let's just stick with what I said before. Let's go with Rosalino.
Andrew?
I believe in Big Mike. Let's
Big
go
Mike?
Big Mike.
Man, it's a tough one. I think I gotta go with the dark horse. I do know Rick Trenda played really well.
Oh, okay.
I think they
this
play
week.
well.
Good question.
I
Oh,
know
good.
he was at the top,
guess.
and I know he dropped because he missed a week or so. So I'm going Rick Trenda.
That's
dark
a good guess.
horse.
Good guess.
Okay. Well, let's get into it. Starting off, let me
At
just
least
say
one
this.
right.
Let me just say this. So, the algorithm is pissed.
Yes.
Is it controversial this week?
It might be, but the algorithm is never wrong.
Never wrong.
It was mad about being called wrong last week.
Well, you might be right, but here's the thing. In order to move up, based on what the algorithm says, you can't poop the bed. Okay?
Very true.
Sure.
You have to step up. So 2 weeks in a row, if you move up and it's huge, that's great. but you got to follow it up.
You got to keep showing up.
Based on what the algorithm spit out, which is right here, I don't think those people stepped up. So I'm just going to let that, I'm going to let that breathe for a minute. Soak that in. Okay.
Also,
number 20, newcomer to this season, Mr. Wade.
Oh, Wade
Bonachesi, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Sure, whatever you want to call it.
He said it with confidence. I'm good with it.
Wade, I know it's not how you pronounce your name, but that's Wade. Get my name wrong.
That is it.
Wade
Bonici, I believe is how you say
false
it.
information about our last name to start the year, so that's why these guys pronounced it wrong.
Do we think
year.
it's Italian?
Wade, the word on the street is Wade Birdie hold 11.
He did birdie 11. He was really excited about it. I don't know what I think he said circle 1.
Oh,
that's the 415, 20-ish field hole.
Now that you mention it, we were on hole 10. We walked right by them when he was walking down that fairway, and he said he was about circle 1. So I didn't see him make the putt, but sounds like he made it.
He can bomb it.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. So 19, another newcomer to this season, Steven Ciaramitaro.
Oh, good to see Steve up there.
There you go, Steve.
Did good.
I've never seen Steve play before, but can't wait for the first time. Let's play sometime.
Yeah. I like to see Steve up
now,
there.
number 18, there's going to be a lot of questions on this.
Okay.
But again, it's what the algorithm says. I'm a man of
trust the process.
Myself, Alan Hoxie, down 5 spots. Wow. This may be the first time I have dropped more than 1.
I think it's the most just that the algorithm's ever been.
But it tells you if you don't show up, you get punished.
Yep.
You get punished harshly.
Okay.
I mean, one more. If he has a bad week next week, he might not even be rated. Let's not get too early on ourselves. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that.
Thank you.
But it could happen.
We'll edit that out.
Okay. My bad.
All right. So I have dropped 5 spots. It is what it is. Number 17, new to the power rankings again. Another Ciaramitaro, but Mr. Nick. Mr. Nick.
Where you going, Nick?
I don't recall him being in there much, at least last season. So it's good to see his name up there.
Wow. I heard he doesn't even watch the podcast.
Oh, really?
Ouch.
So we can pretty much say whatever we want about him.
He's the best disc golf I've ever seen.
He's trash.
He's trash.
I've never seen either of you guys play.
I saw both of them play, and they're both garbage.
He's the die master daddy.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
so he dies
discs.
discs. So, he's pretty cool.
He probably got some bonus points from the algorithm because of that.
And he just had a birthday. So it may be charity, but if he better show up next week. So if there's rain in the forecast, he probably won't show up.
Yep.
Number 16, another new person, Mr. Buff Nate.
Wow.
Buff Nate. Is he back from his injury yet? How's he doing?
He's here.
Yeah,
he's been playing the whole time, but he kept saying for a while that he can do standstills. Did anyone see him play today?
I did not.
Whatever he's doing, it's working because he's in the.
They shot hot today. They shot a -8, I think.
Yeah, I think he was with Chris Hill, if I recall right. And
Yeah.
it sounded like Chris said that he was throwing really well and Chris was putting, so they complemented each other.
Throwing bombs.
He keeps posting update videos on his forum on the Discord, so definitely seems like it's working out for him.
Putting in the work.
Putting in the work. Yeah, exactly.
15, another person who neglected to come, Tim East. Down 4 spots from last week.
One of the most
so
fun
do
players
you have
to
any
play
insight on why Tim was not here?
He had some work trip,
Dang work thing.
whatever that means.
Yeah.
I think, it's tough with this being on the Hoxies top 20 power rankings. You have to show up week in, week out.
You have
and
to.
when you put in the hours going to league and then you not show up one week, you're going to get punished for it.
You understand it. I appreciate that.
Tim, you're going to have a hot week next week. I'm counting on you.
Show up. All right. 14, up 6 spots. Gregory Hessen.
There you go, Greg.
Okay, so he's moving on up. Good job, Greg. Good on you. 13, we talked about him a little today. Mr. Standstill himself, Troy Stocker.
I wish I'd seen some of those standstills.
He was throwing a favorite disc, the Origin.
All right.
And it was just going dead straight the whole time. It was awesome.
Down 1 spot, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Okay, so really just,
Staying around consistent.
not bad.
Yep.
12. This is never been seen before.
Historic moment.
New to the scene,
All the way at 12.
Nicholas. And if my math
I broke
is
the
right,
algorithm.
Boo.
normally 6 spots is your
that's
max.
why.
I thought it was going to be 14th when I was coming in today. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I broke the algorithm.
Tom,
it was all you.
I saw the scores today, but just like last week, I put it in twice because I'm like 8 spots. That's kind of a big
Never
deal.
happened before.
Never happened.
Historic.
Nope.
Yeah, to be new and to go all the way to 12.
Man.
Huge. So congrats.
I'm honored. Thank you.
When you and Tom did what you did, it really showed.
This means he's been sandbagging the whole year.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
The algorithm made an exception for great play.
It did.
So you were rewarded for it.
It
I mean, I'm just saying, check every other week for why I was outside the power ranking because I did not deserve it until today.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Okay, no,
It was bad. It was bad until today.
Hey,
It was bad until today.
Well, hey, don't do what everyone else did last,
No,
this week.
I'm commending the algorithm for doing
okay.
its job.
Okay.
I did not deserve to be in the top 20.
Fair. Okay. You just don't want to, you don't want to jinx that too. 11. This comes to one of our questions. Who held the number 11 spot? It is
What I
Ian.
said.
What? You say Ian? I got it.
Christian got it.
Let's go.
Number 11. So put that on
Let's go.
the twin section of this area.
Ian was 15, eh?
Ian was
15th before this. Did he go?
He moved up. I can't read Hox's handwriting right now. So
Tough.
You mean your own handwriting?
Well, yes, I just speak.
Because I know he shot neg 5, which
he was 16 last week.
which is 7 strokes off the lead.
Yes.
Neg 5, and he moves up.
That's
Well, to be fair, everyone was 4 strokes off the lead.
Hey, listen.
he didn't. I mean, he shot a solid round. I wouldn't say he shot
Listen.
probably up to his standard, but the algorithm knows all.
I told you, I put it in twice,
Yep.
mainly for the situation here. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's never wrong.
He prefaced it by saying it was controversial this week, so we shouldn't be surprised.
Just let it be. All right. Number 10, another no-show. Mr. John Vestal down 4 spots.
Dang.
John.
The old thumber guy himself did not show up. Maybe he actually went to
I asked him to
volleyball.
teach me how to throw a thumber once, and I still don't understand. So if anyone has any tips on how to throw a thumber, I'd love to know. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Magic. That's it.
It is
That's all it is.
wizardry.
Voodoo.
Number 9, up 5 spots.
Wow.
Andrew Rumps.
Way to go, Andrew Rumps.
Wow.
He has been committed these last couple weeks, and he is ready. I think he wants to be in the top 5.
He's gunning for it at this point.
I think he has a chip on his shoulder.
Did they shoot hot today? I think I saw his name up there.
Yeah, he did. I think
There
he
you go,
played
Andrew.
with Benny.
Yeah, him and Benny.
Yeah, I think they
Nice
shot
7. Let's go, guys.
8 down, 7 down. Okay,
7 I
That's a
think.
good
Yeah.
score.
Nice job, guys.
that's good.
Wow.
All right, number 8, inching his way up 1 spot. Nathaniel East.
What?
Way to go, Nate.
So I shot the same score as Ian,
Yes.
You went up.
and I went up 1.
and
It's
Ian
hard
was
to go up when you're at the top, Nate.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Can't argue with the algorithm, I suppose.
I mean, you were already at a higher spot, so the higher you get, the harder it is
Sure.
to move up faster.
Science.
So I mean, to move up 5 or 6 spots, you have to do something special,
So I was on your card
Like-
today. So go ahead.
like what he did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Him and
Thank you.
Tom.
So I was on your card today, but I'm going to ask you, how do you think you played today? I thought you deserved to go up by 1. I thought you played pretty solid.
Yeah, I thought 1's fine. I didn't play that to my potential.
I think you were missing some putts, but I think you were throwing pretty well.
Missed putts. My drives weren't on cue, but I made some good drives. My back was a little sore today, so I felt like I was swinging more than using my whole body.
And for those not on the Discord, he found the green thrasher.
Yep, and I found the green
Oh.
thrasher.
He was throwing it today, so
Yeah,
Wow,
I found it last week.
that's special.
How long did that take you to find that one?
About 2 hours
Jeez.
of walking around the next day. I went back for it.
Hawks, do you have a disc in your bag that you would look for 2 hours for? I don't think I do.
No,
I don't think I do either.
I
That's
could-
commitment.
yeah.
Good for you, Nate.
it's good.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. This is where we hit the people that stumbled this week. Some big falls
Just
in
temporary.
the top
Just temporary.
10. Number 7, Michael Thomas.
Oh, dang.
Down 3 spots.
I hate
Okay.
to see it.
Still in the top 10. Okay, I don't want to get out of hand. He showed up, unlike some people, myself.
Yep.
Down 3 spots, Michael Thomas.
He'll get it
Okay.
back next week.
Could be worse. All right, but
Mhm.
not bad. Number 6, Mr. Nolan. Down 1 spot.
Oh, dang.
Okay. How did he do today?
I have no idea. I don't even know who he's playing.
Was
I think he said. I think he said he chained out for an ace on
Dang.
what's that downhill in the corner?
Probably his
Oh,
second
is that
shot.
15?
Yeah.
15. I think he maybe it was a second shot. I'm not sure. He can
Yeah.
confirm or deny, but
Yeah.
he did say that he
I
almost
do-
aced it.
Well, second shots do count as aces, though. So
This is true.
I do remember him seeing him just below my score. So just looking at the leaderboard real quick.
And you shot.
Neg 5, which is middle pack.
Okay.
But so I don't think Nolan played his best game.
Middle of the pack
Okay.
stays about where he was.
Who did he play with?
I have no idea.
I can't remember. I just remember seeing his
Here
name
it is.
Yeah, I guess we could look it up.
We do. We have the power.
I am struggling to find him. Where are you, Nolan?
When you have to scroll, that's what the algorithm is looking
reading
at.
is tough. I never got taught how to do that. I'm going up and down and can't.
Man.
Oh, here we go. Steve Shimataro.
Okay.
Oh, Steven. Yep.
All right, here it is. The top 5. Another fall from grace. Mr. Nitz dropping
Aaron.
4 spots.
Gotta show up. Gotta represent. He didn't do it today.
When you run a league and you don't show up, the algorithm, based on what we saw today, does not like it.
I wouldn't have been surprised. We broke precedent for moving up 8 spots. He could have gone down more than 4, and I wouldn't have blamed it.
I agree with you.
But the algorithm knows.
But it's the algorithm.
Yeah, of course.
I
of
agree.
course.
I think if it was the media's job to handle it, if we had like a media power rankings, they would have dropped him quite a
would get
bit.
The
eviscerated.
people's poll.
The people's poll?
Yeah.
would probably drop him out of the top 20.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
Do it.
I don't. I should say this. I feel like I'm being Nate's hype guy today, but shout out to Nate. Well done, league today. You ran the whole thing swimmingly. It went smoothly, flawlessly.
Nobody died.
Good job. No one died. That's the goal.
I think the biggest hurdle today was I've been accustomed of this, but just coming in and I have to worry about checking in. Because typically what I do is I walk up. I know Aaron already sees I'm paid.
You're normally stretching. You're
normally stretching, but I had to actually make eye contact, make sure they paid, whatnot. That was probably the biggest hurdle.
Nate's got a taste of power, so maybe he's gunning for Aaron at this point. Who knows?
The Forest Disc Golf League.
Yeah. I don't think I have any plans of taking over, but
so he says.
I'm here to fill in.
All right. Number 4. Andrew Rosalino down 2 spots. And this is where we get back.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll get to where we're playing. But if you want to stay on top, you have to perform.
Yep.
The algorithm has spoken.
Yep.
And you have to perform. Andrew Rosalino down 2 spots. Number 3, we are into the podium finishes. One of you guys mentioned it. Someone who played great today. Up 5 spots, Chris Hill.
Way to go, Chris.
Wow.
Chris, I'm sorry. I thought you were 11 and you're at 3. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, Chris.
That's gains right there. Yep. Good job, Chris.
You know what's really fun? Because we met Chris randomly at Star JC. I had no idea who he was. And then a whole year and a half later, I randomly see him again at leagues. I'm like, dang, I met you at Star JC. And I think he knew Andrew Rumps, maybe?
Yeah.
Is who we got connected to? Yeah, so awesome. Awesome to see you again,
cool,
Chris.
Dude.
That's good. Number 2. All right, this goes back to one of our questions. Who was number 2? Remind us of your answers.
Rick Trenda. He hasn't been named yet.
Andrew Rosalino, I believe.
I don't remember.
Okay. It is Rick Trenda up 5 spots.
Way to go, Rick.
Oh, my goodness.
That is
Was it?
massive.
Wow.
Rick
Trenda.
Crazy.
He played well today. I mean, him and was it Andrew Rumps played? No, Drew. He played with Drew Pesco. Buff Nate.
Yep,
Buff Nate.
Nate.
Okay.
Buff
I was
Nate.
like,
Yeah, who's this
I
Drew
didn't know
guy?
we had a Drew.
Who's Drew?
Okay, my bad.
That's good. That's good. So good job, Rick. Up 5 spots.
Is number 1?
That's huge. And then number
Christian
1.
again?
I can't. Christian.
No, I was wrong. Sorry. Sean Gallagher was with Rick Trenda.
Oh, okay.
Got it correct. My bad.
If only we had Sean here, you could tell us.
Let's go back to number 1. Christian D.
Wow.
Smoking hot take.
What?
Yes.
I'm not sure what the algorithm was thinking there.
I never thought algorithm has ever been more right than today. No.
Well, let's
I mean,
you did good.
I wasn't terrible.
You weren't terrible.
We got,
you had some good things happen with Nitz not showing up.
Fair,
some other people
fair.
kind of pooping the bed.
You weren't there tonight. You weren't there.
I think
I wasn't.
the only thing that matters now is whether you can defend it,
Yeah.
right? And so next week you got to come out and defend your title of number 1.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm coasting a little bit. I think I have a little bit of a legacy rating where I got ranked high early on, but I've been kind of okay the last couple weeks, but nothing special. So I feel like the tenuous grasp on number 1 right now.
Can I give you
anyone can take it?
Quick inside scoop?
Do it.
I'm not going to say the course we're playing next week, but I know for a fact that Christian has never played there before.
Ooh.
So it's going to be tough to defend that spot.
Yeah.
So if you drop 6 spots, we will know right away what happened.
How about 8
You
spots?
didn't show up.
8 spots?
Ooh, I don't know about. We
that
haven't
was
seen
the-
that.
If we can go up, we can go down.
I saw
that is true.
We have seen it once last week. Tony Lewis.
A neg 8.
You're right.
He went 8 spots? Dang. Sorry, Tony.
8 spots.
You're right.
So that was a tough watch. Which I believe he's not even in the power rankings anymore because he didn't show
Dang.
He was not.
Out of the
R.I.P.
A fall from grace. That is.
Yeah. It's a
Cool. Is that
Sad day.
is that the rest of it?
that is it. That is the power ranking. So no, for next week, if you want to move up, you have to show up the week after. Okay.
Show up and show out.
It's continuous. Like you can't just show up 1 week and perform really well and then expect yourself just to kind of mosey through the power rankings.
My father was in town. I chose family, and I got punished because of that. It won't happen again. Just letting you all know, it won't happen again.
And then I did notice CN Clancy was in
He was not in the. That was one of the questions. Thank you, Nate. So he was not. He is still trash. So apparently he's
trash.
So last split was a fluke. Is pretty much what we're
apparently
saying.
He took the trophy, and
week.
I'm surprised he's even showing up at this point.
Are we even sure he was throwing last year? Maybe he would have taken 2 shots from his partner every week. We had no idea.
If we know anything about Sean, it's that he's more of an end of the season type performer. We should expect him to start making moves towards the end of the season.
I did hear he's a procrastinator, and he waits to the last minute to do everything. That's what I heard.
I can see that.
We'll see.
Cool.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that list, you see a lot of big names that are off that list. You come to mind. Zach Pesta comes to mind.
No, Sean's off the list.
Hawks is still here.
Oh, Hawks.
Let's not be crazy.
My bad. Yeah. Obviously, Sean Clancy.
The resemblance is uncanny, but
Sean Clancy, Zach Pesta, guys like you got, like those guys.
Hey,
you would expect.
I don't think Garrett was on the list either.
Garrett, he was a staple last season.
Did not show up. Garrett did not show up.
People that show up are rewarded.
Yep. So I think we'll move on from there to the raffle drawing. So,
do we ever get all the answers to the questions?
Yeah. So we did.
How many C players were there?
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
What did I say? 10?
Now, I did not have time to put this in the algorithm, so if this is incorrect, put it in the comments. But there were 6. 6 C players. I said 7. You did not go over.
No, 7 is more than 6.
Actually, we're not
7 is more than 6.
Yeah, we're not doing Price is Right style, so you are the winner.
Okay, so you get 1 million points.
Yes,
let's go.
Awesome.
1 million bonus points.
What can I spend those on?
You just get them.
Friendship points.
Shroot bucks.
Shroot bucks.
All right, let's move on to that raffle. So what do we have here?
We have a Discmania.
Can anyone reach it?
I can reach it.
Link.
We have a beautiful Exo
we
Soft Link.
Switched it up to more of a putter. We've been doing drivers.
Yeah.
So I think that was I was putting with some soft links for a while, and nice disc. It's nice and shallow. Has a little bit of a bead on it. So
Christian, if you would do this, the honors.
So I just spin it, right?
Spin it.
Slow is typically the move. You want a nice slow
and
move.
steady.
This is just a P2 with a bead.
I think
so. It's better
because most
it has
discs
a bead.
go P2s at this point. Like a lot of clones. Okay.
Once you have it, read off the number.
I'm giving this a number 28. 28. So one of the last people to show up, I believe.
Now we have Mr. 28. So this is actually, he's newer to the group, but he kind of jumped in really well. He's actually donated a ton of discs to the group, which has been really cool.
Does he kind of look like you?
And so it's good to donate back to him.
Yeah.
He does resemble me.
So I've heard.
That's so I've heard. And so, what people have said. Drew Pensko, other than
Buff Nate himself.
Oh, Buff Nate.
Oh, Buff Nate.
Yeah.
So he's won the raffle, joined the link. So it's super cool to give back to him. Whatnot he's been.
I believe he's also a big Discmania guy.
Yeah.
So he's probably already tried it before. He probably knows all about it. So
yeah, hopefully he likes it. If not,
he'll give it right back. I'm sure.
Put it back.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, cool.
All right, Nate. Well, where are we heading next week?
We're actually heading to Hawthorne. I know I haven't played Hawthorne before.
I have not played Hawthorne before.
These guys haven't played Hawthorne before.
Have you played Hawthorne before?
Hawthorne is a great disc golf course.
Tell us a little about it, because we haven't played it before.
So it's newer in the Pontiac area.
Mm-hmm.
It has a good mix of woods. One of the holes, I can't remember exactly. The last time I was there, the chains are basically paper clips. So hopefully by now they have changed it.
That does not go with my
tough birdie, but it has a great mix of woods and then open field. So there's definitely some longer holes in the open, but there's also some long ones in the woods. So it's a great.
So difficulty wise, would you put it more towards riverbends, more towards firefighter? Somewhere in between? What are we thinking?
I would say it would be similar to Palmer.
Okay.
From a difficulty, I think some people slayed that course. So,
we're playing the shorts or the longs that day.
I don't even know if there is shorts.
Are there shorts and longs?
I don't.
Big question.
I don't think there are. I think there's just one.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
if you've played the course more, maybe you know.
So from what I've heard, it's wooded with some openness to it, and so, which is always good to have a mix.
Yeah. So
what do you think scores are going to look like? Are there birdieable holes?
Absolutely, there's birdieable holes.
Okay.
There may even be some par fours, in there.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've played there. I think I've only played it twice, but it's a great run. I would say winner is going to be 7 down.
You took my number, but I'll stick with 7.
That seems like a safe number for a course that I've never played before. I'm gonna say based on my purely correct opinion, 8. 8 seems pretty good.
8.
Okay.
We got Nate.
Being that I haven't played there before, I should have a pretty solid explanation behind why I'm picking my number that I'm about to pick.
Okay. Just throw something out randomly.
And so
educated,
the reason why I am deciding to go neg 13.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Because I said
slaying.
Because I've never played there, and I think our group is really good.
Oh.
Well, the hot score was at neg 12 at Firefighter, which is a very scoreable hole. Yeah. Course. So if Hawthorne is easier than Firefighter, maybe, or a super stacked card, but that seems incredibly hot. Maybe someone does it.
I appreciate your confidence in the group.
Yeah, I just figured I'd get confident in the course I've never played, and might as well do it now.
Fair. And maybe you think there's going to be more people that show up.
Well, Hawks usually is the one that overshoots by a couple strokes, and he had a more reasonable take today. So someone had to do it. Someone had to go crazy.
Someone had to do it.
Maybe I threw you off with the Palmer.
But
analogy.
Well, you could have said any course.
Doesn't really have any wooded holes for the most part.
No.
But kind of the makeup of it.
Wooded courses, you can, depending on how wooded it is, you can get some bad skips. You might be able to get some bogeys if it's bad enough.
Does Hawthorne have a little bit of elevation too, or no?
Yeah, there are some holes with elevation. Nothing crazy.
There's a little bit of elevation.
Not talking toboggan or anything.
There's some downhills.
My inside sources say that there is some elevation, especially downhill.
Okay.
My inside sources. But if you've played the course before, maybe leave in the comments.
Maybe drop it down in the comments what you think.
Help us uneducated folks. What is this course like? We have no idea.
Yeah, it's been about 1.5 years since I've been there, so I could be completely wrong.
Cool.
But
obviously, thanks for coming on, guys. It was a pleasure talking to you. Any last remarks before we close it out? Do you guys have anyone you want to thank? Go from there.
Thank my mom. Thank my dad. No.
Thank my sponsors.
Well, no, we're not Lone Star sponsors.
Oh, I will say, I didn't get to mention this earlier, but the person that introduced us to the league, I think it's a special shout out. Shout out Wade. Thank you for introducing us to the group. I think we used to go to a different Tuesday league, and it was a little bit different vibe, which is totally acceptable. But it wasn't quite what we wanted to do. And Wade introduced us to the putting league. We showed up a couple times. I had a lot of fun. Showed up to this.
I think you took it down the first week you ever got there. So.
I didn't say anything. I was trying to be humble, but yes, I did win the first week. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We came back to spring session. It was an awesome time. So it's great to have the vibe. You guys have the best vibe of any league that we've been in.
Confirmed.
So, confirmed.
Well, I appreciate it.
Not close.
We try to prioritize the community thing. I do remember you guys coming in for putting league and being like, "Holy crap, these guys can."
I had no idea what to expect. I think I kept asking the same question 5 times, and everyone thought I was an idiot.
Well, probably 5 same questions, the same people, different people. So you got the same answer 5 times.
And you guys were trying to learn everyone's name and trying to learn the.
I literally thought so. Hawks. I thought you kept saying like your name was like a bird, like the hawk, like HAWKS. I'm like, you want to be called Hawk? Hawks? I was very confused. So then I learned eventually your name was Hoxie.
Yes.
So Hawks makes more sense.
Yes, that is my name.
Would you prefer Hawk? Is that a cool nickname for you?
Actually, I prefer Alan.
Alan.
No one's ever asked me that, but I prefer Alan.
Alan, okay.
Well, I have you as that in my contacts, so I probably should call you that from now on. But
thank you.
Cool.
So yeah, thank you, Wade.
All right, well, I'll close this out from here. Thanks. Are we good?
We're good.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for watching. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below what you thought of the podcast. Have any questions for the twins, whatnot. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.
I don't know why, but I'm going to call Hawks Sean at least once tonight.
It's okay.
You guys look so similar.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Both very handsome.
Handsome, strong.
Sean's a little younger.
Athletic.
Yeah.
All the above.
Good disc golfers.